Well, hello and welcome everybody back to my channel. If you're new here, I am so glad you're here. And you probably clicked this video because you are asking yourself the question, can I really work and homeschool without burning out? Well, as a licensed speech language pathologist, a business owner, and a homeschooling mom, I'm here to tell you the good news is, yes, you can. I have been doing it now for the last year, actually a couple of years, but years since being a business owner. And honestly, it is amazing. I absolutely love it. So if you are, we're all coming from different fields, different points of view, and just areas in life. So what can I give to you that would be relatable no matter what your income, no matter where you're living, and no matter how many kids you have? So I hope this video, I will be able to give you some relatable advice and personal opinions that I think might be beneficial to you. So also I want to say, can you please like this video if it is beneficial, if you get something from it, and subscribe to my channel because I am going to be putting out content very similar to homeschooling and maybe being a working mom, working homeschooling parent, and just my perspective as a speech language pathologist and the things that I see throughout homeschooling world and just my personal business world. Okay, so I've given you some background about myself. You might be like me before I started, and you might have thought, gosh, am I really able to give my kid everything they need? While I'm working, I'm not able to commit 5, 6, 7 hours a day to homeschooling. Like, is it really ideal? Can I make this work? Well, another thing a lot of people question themselves, well, I'm not a teacher. How am I supposed to teach them? Gosh, I'm already so exhausted from work. How could I possibly have anything left to give to my children? Maybe you feel guilty. I think this one is a big one. You might feel guilty because you work. So I'm here to tell you, number one, yes, you can do it. You can do both. But you have to figure out some whys. Why are you doing it? Why are you working? Why do you want to homeschool? And then number 3, once you figure those out, do you have support? So I guess maybe we could take number 3 and put it back at number 1, because I gotta be honest, guys, if you don't have the support for your family, if you don't have maybe somebody who could sit in with the kids a couple hours a day, if you're traveling to work, I had to do that because I, at one point, was working at a different clinic part-time. And, we were swapping kids off with my husband and I, so that he was support, my mother was support, sometimes his mother was support, at other times my sister was support. So that you have to have number 1, probably number 1, not number 3, support. If you don't have that, I'm not really sure how it's going to work out for you. It's going to be really sticky. But you know what? If you have an older child who may be in high school, maybe they could sit in with the little ones, or just maybe be at home with them while you're traveling back and forth to work. So that could be an option if you have a responsible teenager or older child at home. Or maybe have a lovely neighbor who just loves your kids and they say, yeah, I can sit with them for an hour while you go back and forth to work. Yeah, so that is doable. Then let's go back to your why. Why do you want to homeschool? If you don't have that set, take some time. Think about your why. For me, my number 1 priority is being a mother. That's my purpose right now in this season of life that I'm in, is being a mom, and I love it. I love being with my kids. Yes, we get on each other's nerves, and being at home together all the time, we're building some really strong bonds. We're not always sitting right next to each other and smiling all the time. We get on each other's nerves. The siblings argue. They make a mess everywhere, and then we have to clean up the mess. This is just real life. But prepare yourself for that. It's not going to look like unless you are a type A person. We follow this schedule, we're doing this. That is very helpful. I'm not that person. I wish I was, but I still do it. It still works. My kids are learning everything they need to learn. They're passing all their exams. So I know we're doing something right here. So kind of prepare yourself for that. Why do you want to homeschool? And then the next point, why do you want to work? Is it because you have to work, you need the income? Or is it because it fulfills a part of you that you're not getting at home? You feel like you get to be a grown-up, you get to be you without being a mom, without having, other things or needs being placed on you by your family. You get to, go out and talk to other adults or whatever your profession is. Feel like you are putting your degree to use. Whatever that is, it's not wrong, but you have to weigh those and see what is really important. Number one for me, I am a mom. That's my number one priority. So I've set boundaries for myself. I only allow myself to work part-time. So it's kind of hard for me because I'm the type of person who has a hard time saying no. I want to say yes to all the things. I want to do all the things, and I want to help everybody, and I want to, be there for people. But I have to, every time before I say yes, I have to, sometimes my husband is really good at helping me with this. I have to say, okay, are you stretching yourself too thin? Always reevaluate before you make a big decision. Is this going to be the best fit for my family? And if it's not, then respectfully decline. I'm sorry, this job is actually not going to be a good fit for me. I can only work in the mornings because I homeschool, and people will appreciate your honesty and integrity. Set a schedule if you are a business owner, or if you are a freelancer, or you have that time, the ability to do that. I block off morning for clients, afternoon for school, and evening for clients. And figure it out. Play with your schedule. See what works best for you. Because if you say yes to everything 100%, you will be burnt out. You'll be halfway through the year, and you're gonna feel bad because you're behind, whether that be in work or in school. And you're gonna be wanting to go on all the homeschool field trips, mad because you can't because you have to work, or vice versa. You played too much and now you're behind at work. So be serious with yourself and set those boundaries. I'm only going to work from this time to this time. That really works for me. One tool that I have is I have a skylight calendar, and I block off times my kids can see mom work, empty. Well, that's their school time. Mom work. And they can look on there and they can see, okay, well, mom has a client coming over, so we've got to do this or do that. And cause your students to be more independent learners. Give them lots of time outside if you live in a place where you can play outside. So I hope that these little points have been helpful to you. I have made this work for us and our family. I have 3 children. At one point, I had to send them to public school. I didn't really want to do that. It was a choice I had to make. Don't kick yourself for having to make tough choices. I am one to beat myself up. I will think about something 3 weeks from now, and I'll say, man, I wish I would have never said that. I need to call that person and tell them I'm sorry. And you know what? They're not even thinking about it. So don't kick yourself. Get your priorities in check. What is important to you? And figure out, look at your schedule. How can you make this work? Okay? Lastly, I want to leave you with this. You don't have to do it all, and you can't. You can't do it all. You don't have to, and you shouldn't, because you will get burned out. That is the number one way to get burned out, trying to do it all. Been there, so I can speak from experience, and I'll tell you, the times where we're not doing it all, it's so peaceful. I'm not stressed. Sometimes I feel like antsy because I feel like I should be doing something, but don't try to do it all. Figure out what works best for you and start small. Pick 3 subjects: math, reading, and writing, and throw a science in there if you have time. It doesn't have to be a whole 36-week schedule for science. You could do 1 science, and they're getting their science, but math is very important, and reading and writing, language arts, that is very important. Make sure you get that time in, but it doesn't have to take all day, you guys. We are homeschoolers. All right, well, if this video was helpful, and if you had any questions about my career as a speech pathologist, how I make this work, if you have more questions, how I could tailor a new video that would be beneficial to you or some of your friends, comment, because I love to answer questions. I love to see where you guys are in your journey and how life is going for y'all. Leave me a comment, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.